Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kyla and today we're doing my March 2021 bullet journal setup. The theme this month is a mix between packages and parcels and pen pal letters. I was tempted to do a dark academia theme, but instead I decided to use some darker browns as the main colors of the month. I didn't think I would be cutting and pasting a lot since I did a lot of that in my February theme, but a package arrived for me the day before I started filming this setup, and it contained brown packing paper, and I thought it was perfect for this theme. So that's what I'm using for the craft paper, and I also used some printer paper that I had lying around as the letter insert for the main envelope on my cover page. This theme was also heavily inspired by all the online shopping that we're doing these days, and of course Amanda Rachel's December 2020 theme, which is linked in the description box. Since this brown packing paper arrived the day before I started filming, I wasn't entirely prepared in terms of having everything already cut out like I did last month. So for this month, you'll see me setting everything up and still cutting everything out, which means that I end up cutting things out of frame, which looks weird, but I do end up cutting everything out on camera. So using the brown packing paper, I'm creating an envelope for the main pen pal letter, and I also used some printer paper, like I mentioned, for the letter insert. I really love the dimension and texture that this adds to the page, and I'm glad that I do have craft paper to be adding into my spreads for this month. If I didn't have this brown packing paper, I would end up having to color all of this brown in or just leave it blank or just have outlines, and I think it would look very different, and I don't know if the theme would come fully across. So I'm glad that I was able to get everything across using the craft paper and the printer paper insert. Besides the main envelope in the somewhat center of the page, I'm going to be having some parcels and also some letter and envelope doodles. I'm now pasting in the envelope and the letter insert and coloring in some more parcels and letters around the page with the different colors of brown for the month. I really like that I decided to go for brown. It gives a very earthy and calming vibe for some reason. I don't know if that's just me, it probably is, but I really enjoyed this color palette. And for the outlines of the boxes, I did do one perfect outline, but the rest I'm doing multiple overlapping lines and just a simple one line ribbon tie. I also had some washi tape that looked like letters or like a newspaper cutout, so I just taped that in a few spaces onto the cover page, and then I'll be moving on to my calendar. For my calendar page, I am using the brown craft paper, packing paper, the brown paper in general, as the background of my calendar. The main idea is that this is a large parcel, and I'll just be writing in the dates into this calendar. It is a fairly skinny box for every day, but it was the only way that I could get each day into one page without having to do a 2-page calendar spread. I really like the rounded corners that I'm forcing these boxes to be. It just makes it less edgy, which is sort of the vibes I'm going for, I guess. I did whip out my longer ruler for this one so that I could have as equally spaced lines and sections of each day as possible. And I'm using a Pigma Micron 01 nib pen for the detailing lines, and then I'll be using a 05 for the days of the weeks and the dates. If you would like to know what supplies I'm using in this video, I will have them all linked in the description box below, so check it out there. I have all of my links in the description box. It has all the information that you would need. I thought I was going to be really annoyed at the crinkling of the paper, but it was to be expected. It was literal packing paper for my package, so I didn't mind. I liked the added texture that it gave to it. I am glad that it didn't appear on the envelope, but for this calendar page, I was perfectly okay with it. And as you see, I accidentally wrote Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, but luckily it's craft paper, so I just glued in some more craft paper onto the page and just wrote on top of that, and if I didn't point it out, it's really not obvious. Speaking of a dark academia theme, I am very tempted to figure out how to do that for next month because I really want those dark, rich colors, and also to have some books and maybe a little coffee doodle or two into my journal. I think it'd be really cool, and maybe I'll make tabs for my rolling weeklies. Who knows? So many adventures. I'm just writing the dates in the bottom right corner and adding some washi tape to the empty space, and then I decided to move one of the washi tapes on the cover page because it looked weird and alone up there, and then I'm moving on to my habit tracker. For my habit tracker, I'm using a different color of browns to highlight out each calendar box. I did accidentally use the same brown twice in a row and also outlined a little too many days, but the extra line was an easy fix using my Sakura jelly roll. And I am again tracking 9 habits this month, so there will be 9 calendar boxes. For the title of the habit tracker, I am pulling out some more craft paper, and I will be trying to cut a size that won't cover the whole page, but will cover most of the page, and then I will just crinkle it up, curve the edges, and glue it into my page. Once that's glued, I'll just use my Tombow Fudenosuke to write out the words habit tracker in cursive, and then I'll be using my Pigma Micron to write out the title of each habit that I'm tracking in a sort of Arial Times New Roman font. So I'm having technically 2 fonts for this theme for the month. It will be the cursive and the sort of Times New Roman serif font thing. And then I'll just be tracing out the craft paper to make it look like the overlapping lines that I did for the different parcels in my cover page, and then again adding just some washi tape to tie that all in. I think this is the most washi tape I've used in this spread so far. I don't have a lot of washi tape, and I don't tend to use a lot of washi tape, so new adventures. I ventured out of my comfort zone for once. After I do that, I'll be moving on to my brain dump, which is one of my favorites. So I'm using the craft paper as the letter paper this time, and I'm cutting out a fairly large slice of paper, and I will have it perfectly shaped into the letter and the envelope, and I'll be just drawing the outline of the envelope, but this one has a lot of cutting just to make sure everything is fitting perfectly onto the page. I tried to use a spare piece of washi tape to hold it down, but it ends up moving and messing up my lines, so there is that. If you're interested in seeing any of these spreads that I set up in this video and the rest of my March spreads, check out my Instagram and Tumblr, which are linked in the description box below. I post pictures of all of the spreads that I do throughout the month there, so check it out. I'm now outlining the envelope, and then I will be writing the title of the brain dump in the same Times New Roman serif font. And then once that's all done, I'll just add in a few pieces of washi tape that I had as extras to sort of do a left bottom corner, right top corner matchy situation. And then I'll be all done my brain dump and moving on to my first weekly spread. So for the daily specific tasks and events and memories sections, which is my left page, I will be doing the outline of the overlapping lines, so it'll be like an outline of a parcel. And then I'm doing the title of the days in the Times New Roman serif font, and the actual dates itself will be in the different colors of brown. And in the bottom right corner of my left page, I'll be doing some more drawings and adding in a letter with some squiggles. And for the rolling task list, which is my right page, I'm doing the cursive font as my header for the task list. And instead of the little dot that I do between the days of the week and the word tasks, I drew a little envelope, which I thought was really cute, so it would tie in the theme a little more. And then in the top right corner, I added in some washi tape and layered a piece of craft paper on top of that. And I added in a letter to the bottom right corner that's just a straight up letter with some more squiggles and some tape. I really enjoyed this layout for the weekly spread because I thought the overlapping lines just looked so cool, even though there was no color inside it. I thought I did real well with this one. I am kind of proud of this one. I'm really enjoying the theme so far and having to come up with ideas for my next weekly spreads. But anyways, I'm flipping to the themes of the year now to draw out the cover page into the small merch box, and I didn't do any craft paper on this one because it was way too small and that was way too much work to be doing that, so I just drew it all and colored everything in that way. I've really enjoyed the 3 themes that I've been doing this year. The past 3 themes have been so enjoyable and I've had a lot of fun. I cannot believe that it's already 3 themes into the year. 4 if you count my 2021 year setup, which I also really enjoyed. I've been enjoying these themes, this notebook. Wow, 2021, huh? But anyways, that is the end of this setup, so let's do a flip through. I really am glad that the craft paper came in time and that I was able to have some craft paper instead of having to color everything in, because I cannot imagine if I had to color everything in. That would have been crazy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.